Are you good at guessing what people want? This year, stop guessing and give them what they want. From burgers to video games to ripped jeans. They pick their gift from some of their favorite brands with a choice gift card from giftcards.com. It's genius.
Board Chair, I'm Neil Augenstein.
What the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier says to a vet about all veterans service. I'm Christy King.
It's 7 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by the Exogen Temporal Scanner.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers have to pay up for the COVID vaccination scandal surrounding their star player. Correspondent Stacey Lynn has the numbers.
The team was fined $300,000 for violating the league's COVID-19 protocols. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers and wide receiver Allen Lazard were also both fined $14,650 for attending a Halloween party while unvaccinated. Rodgers tested positive for COVID, and on a SiriusXM radio show yesterday, he addressed the fallout after misleading fans saying he was immunized.
To anybody who felt misled by those comments, I take full responsibility.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Everyone 18 and over could be eligible for a COVID booster shot soon. Pfizer's asked the FDA for approval to expand eligibility, even to people who got Moderna's vaccine. CBS News medical contributor Dr. David Agus.
The data look excellent. There's longer follow-up. It showed real safety, and it showed that it worked. Over 95% protection from infection.
World health officials are watching troubling COVID trends overseas. Correspondent Vicky Barker is in London.
The WHO says weekly COVID deaths in Europe are up 10%, 10 times the global increase. Everywhere else in the world, the pandemic is slowing, but European cases and deaths continue to accelerate. Vaccine hesitancy, particularly in Eastern Europe and Russia, driving much of the increase.
Attorneys for former President Trump have already appealed a judge's order barring him from keeping hundreds of pages of White House records on the January 6th attack private. CBS News political consultant Leonard Steinhorn.
What's clear is that the former president doesn't want the congressional investigators to see any possible smoking guns.
Lawmakers have subpoenaed 10 more former Trump aides, among them former press secretary Kayleigh McEnany and White House advisor Stephen Miller. Miller tells Fox.
What I'll say is this. It's just an attempt to distract from the horrific failures of the Biden presidency.
MSNBC will be looking for a new anchor. After 28 years at the network, Brian Williams says he's leaving. He was the face of NBC Nightly News for more than a decade before admitting to false claims about being in a helicopter hit by enemy fire in the Iraq War. A funny guy takes this year's title of People's Sexiest Man Alive.
Ant-Man and the Wasp teaming up.
Paul Rudd got the news from Stephen Colbert on The Late Show last night.
I'm the sexiest man alive. You're the sexiest man alive.
The actor says his new title will change things.
I'm hoping now that I finally get invited to some of these sexy dinners with, Clooney and Pitt and B. Jordan.
All past Sexiest Man Alive winners. S&P futures down 16. This is CBS News.
Fever is the #1 COVID symptom, so be safe with an accurate thermometer. Only Exogen is proven accurate in more than 100 studies. Learn more at exogen.com.
7:03 Wednesday morning, the 10th of November. A mild and sunny day ahead. We're going up to around 70 degrees again. Good morning, I'm Bruce Allen.
And I'm Nick Einelli. The top local stories we're following this hour. Voting by mail could be here to stay in the nation's capital if the D.C. Council approves it.
The idea is to allow every registered voter the option of voting by mail. Each would receive a postage-paid ballot. Also, expand the number of ballot drop boxes during early voting and on Election Day. And to make Election Day a school holiday. The new bill, sponsored by Councilmember Charles Allen and co-sponsored by 6 other members, would make some of those voting changes we saw during the pandemic permanent. The bill still has to go through a couple of steps before being sent to the mayor for approval. The next election in D.C. is in June 2022, when voters will nominate a candidate for the mayoral election. Shayna Stulin, WTOP News.
The general election in Virginia was over a week ago, but as of today, we still don't know whether Republicans or Democrats will control the House of Delegates. Soon after the election, Democrats conceded control of the House to Republicans, but because 2 races appear to be headed for recounts now, they've now retracted that concession. In both of those races, Republicans are leading, but the margins are razor thin, under half a percentage point. The slim margins allow candidates to request state-funded recounts.
It started before the election. Speakers lining up to criticize school board members in Loudoun County. Well, a group has gone to court now to try to recall school board chair Brenda Sheridan.
I said we'd see you in court.
Ian Pryor with the group Fight for Schools says they filed recall documents in Loudoun County Circuit Court. The filing claims school board chair Brenda Sheridan violated open meetings laws and mishandled the recently reported sexual assault at Stonebridge High School. In a statement, Sheridan says her mandate comes from constituents who've elected her 3 times, and those who signed the petition are a fraction whether they voted or not. Sheridan says being a school board member isn't always easy or popular and expects to complete her term. In Loudoun County, Neil Augenstein, WTOP News.
For the first time in almost a century, the public was able to walk on the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier Plaza and lay flowers at the memorial site in Arlington National Cemetery. WTOP's Christy King was there.
Among the rare few ever to walk the plaza of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier to lay flowers at the grave is Marine Corps vet Andrew Koenig.
Somber and tough, but we were glad to both be here.
Koenig is visiting from New Jersey with friend Ruth McGuire of Pennsylvania. She's an Army vet and says this is amazing.
You don't get opportunities like this.
It makes us realize what we did and why we provided the service to our country when we did, and it helps us to show the importance of what we do and why we did what we did.
At Arlington National Cemetery, Christy King, WTOP News.
You can see photos and a video from the Tomb of the Unknown at WTOP.com.
The National Cherry Blossom Festival will return to in-person events next year for the first time since 2019.
The holiday season is around the corner and some cold winter days ahead, but as surely as spring following winter, each year Washington's cherry blossoms offer hope decorated with pink and white petals.
We are thrilled to share with you what's ahead.
Festival President Diana Mayhew.
I am pleased to announce the National Cherry Blossom Festival will be back live and in person in 2022.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser says the whole city will be involved.
There are cherry blossoms that bloom in every neighborhood across Washington, from Cathedral Heights to Congress Heights.
The National Cherry Blossom Festival will run from March 20th to April 17th. Dick Iuliano, WTOP News.
Coming up.
Maryland has one Republican in Congress. New legislative maps may gerrymander him out. I'm John Doman.
7:07.
Today's Innovation in Government report highlights the government's IT modernization opportunities. Kevin Brooks, the principal digital strategist for DoD and U.S. intelligence community at ServiceNow, says there are tools to help agencies ensure employees understand their career journey.
Listening posts where we capture their feedback in a more consistent manner rather than just having a annual employee survey, and you're able to get the employees' feedback. We do the same thing for learning posts where we can elevate that training environment for that individual employee, or an experience pack where HR can build a set of experiences for a particular work group if we know people.
Are you in excruciating pain brought on by your son, daughter, or spouse suffering from addiction? The sleepless nights, the constant worry, and the feelings of isolation. Recovery Centers of America wants you to know you're not alone. Addiction destroys families, but if you call Recovery Centers of America today at 1-888-RECOVERY, your loved one can begin to recover, and so can your whole family. At Recovery Centers of America at Capital Region and Bracebridge Hall, your loved one will be treated with compassion and dignity by expert addiction professionals while recovering in a world-class facility. Family Support Services will give you knowledge, connection, and community so that you can begin to heal and recover as well. Call 1-888-RECOVERY today. Recovery Centers of America accepts insurance, provides transportation, and offers intervention services at no cost. Patients are admitted 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 1-888-RECOVERY now.
Shop Black Friday deals even earlier at Lowe's. Like your choice Craftsman 20-volt max drill or impact driver kit was $79, now $59. And special values, plus up to $750 off now on select major appliances and free delivery over $299. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Must ask cashier to apply coupon. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Can't be combined with additional discounts. Exclusions apply. Valid through 11/24 while supplies last. U.S. only.